Okay, now that we can find the absolute value of a number, we're going to place the absolute value in the order of operations so that we can evaluate expressions that have the absolute value in it mixed in with other operators. Um, so it's very clear to see the similarity between the absolute value and the parentheses. And in fact, that's where the absolute value is going to go in our order of operations that we're familiar with, the PEMDAS, the parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. The absolute value is a grouping symbol and belongs right here. You can see, very clearly, just by comparing the way these two symbols look, they almost look the same. The only difference is the parentheses are curves and the absolute value are two straight bars. So I'm going to show you how the similarities and differences by this example that almost appear identical, except for one has a grouping symbol parentheses and the other has a grouping symbol absolute value. Uh, so here we know that from the order of operations we need to perform the operators inside the parentheses or inside the grouping symbols first. 5 minus 7. So this is negative 2. So this becomes 2 times negative 2 plus 3. So here's the thing. Now that we've performed this operation, 5 minus 7, there's nothing left to do inside these grouping symbols. This is simply parentheses. So now we move on and check to see if there's any exponents, and there's not. And now we look for multiplication division. There is. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 plus 3. So negative 4 plus 3 is, of course, negative 1. So now let's look at how that relates to this a similar expression, except for instead of parentheses I have the absolute value. I'm still going to do the operations inside the absolute value first, this 5 minus 7. So I'm left with 2 times the absolute value of negative 2 plus 3. The only difference between the expression on the right, or I'm going to label this expression 1 and expression 2. The only difference between expression 1 and expression 2 at this stage is when I got to this step, there was nothing left to do with these parentheses and the negative 2. And in expression 2, I have something left to do. I have to take the absolute value of this number negative 2, which we've learned to do in previous videos, and it's simply 2. So I have 2 times 2 plus 3. And notice that once I took the absolute value of negative 2, I simply replaced the absolute value symbols with parentheses. And now I have a similar expression as over here. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7. And that's placing the absolute value in the order of operations.